Okay, I'm live now. I'm live for real, y'all. Let me try and share this with a few people. Let me see. Dylan talking about he just saw me live. He like, you just live. You was clicking. I said, I don't know what I'm doing. Do it tell me. It's gonna tell me when people get up in here. Let me see. I'm just gonna start texting it to a few people. Dang, my computer moving slow. Huh? Yeah, I just started it. Dylan said I was on earlier when I thought I was testing it out, but I had deleted it.
You're doing it right now?
Yeah, I'm live right now.
I was in there for 2 seconds, but it said you started yet when I was in there.
It's weird how YouTube got it because they just trying to make sure the volume and everything working. Let me see if I can send it to Dylan. Hey, Chloe. Okay. Did you watch my video earlier, though? Love from Louisiana. Hey. What they do in Louisiana? I'm throwing up the A. I'm trying to get some people up in here because I made a mistake and went live 5 minutes ago and didn't know what I was doing. And they was calling me talking about you just clicking, and now I'm trying to, I had to delete that one and restart it. Who else I could send it to? Yo. Dylan, I see you laughing at me. Dylan, how you like the video? Did you watch all 15 minutes? Cherrika B and the girls. What girls? With my sisters or with who, Dylan? Thank you so much. You learned a lot in the video. That video, the Cherrika B Talkin episode 17, when I talked about 5 signs that you may be settling in a relationship, I tried to keep it gender neutral so that it's for women and men. I think both women and men could find like some tips and pointers out of that particular video. You said, yeah, sisters or friends. I know. I think when I get the flow of it, when I start coming in harder and just having exactly what I want to talk about, then I'll just have this down pat. What I'm trying right now is just seeing how the whole live thing on YouTube work, because somebody told me about it. And I was like, oh, you can go live on YouTube. I said, I bet that's harder than Instagram, because with Instagram, you at least got all your friends right there. So they're going to just press it. But with YouTube, it's going to be like, you don't know who gonna get on here and if somebody might get on here, because it's hard to get activity and interaction on YouTube with our age group particularly. You said you the last real woman in the world. I don't think I'm ever gonna find my wife. Oh, you definitely gonna find your wife. Don't give up hope. It's a lot of real women out there. Y'all gotta stop looking in the wrong places. I think women and men both, we are all guilty of saying that it's not good options out here, but honestly, we just always giving bad options the opportunities. So do better with selecting. Sometimes you got to look within and be like, what am I like attracted to toxicity, or Just looking in the wrong places for love, possibly. Do you think you may look in the wrong places for love?
Yeah, but they never have those. They always have the Italian style. So I have
I don't want to do that.
and I bought food.
I would like to not think I'm the last real woman in the world because I want all of us to have success in relationships. I know a few real women myself.
Take the one that looks like here.
Yeah, I be looking they pants, laugh out loud. Lord, forgive me. You be looking at they pants, like what you mean? You want you a lady with a junk in the trunk? What you saying about that? Like, what you mean? You be looking at they pants? You still immature? That's what that sound like. You be just trying to do one thing, and then you try to come and say, "Oh, you the last real woman." No. Sound Lord, forgive me. Don't bring God in there. God ain't got nothing to do with that. Let me see. I was looking at pants, laugh out loud. Lord, forgive me. Chloe, where you at? Miss Workout Queen. I'm glad I'm making you laugh. Let me see. You at that age where it's time to grow up, 25, 26. Can't just be looking at no pants now. Y'all, I want to answer some questions. If anybody have any questions, like anything you didn't agree with, or you just needed me to expand on, or anything in the video, let me know. Yo, yo, yo. Dylan, what was your favorite sign in the video? Out of the 5 signs, which one resonated with you more? Why all women make money a requirement nowadays? So are you saying, be a little more specific. When you say why do all women make money a requirement, are you saying like women expect you to be like rich, or are you saying that they don't look your way if you don't have a certain tax bracket? You feel like you got to lead with money instead of love? Be more specific. What do you mean when you say why all women make money a requirement nowadays? Because some people will be like, what he mean? Money is a requirement. Like, it costs money to live every day. So like everybody need money in a sense. So what do you mean when you say, be a little more specific when you say why all women make money a requirement nowadays? Hey Nana, thank you for tuning in, girl. Be a little specific with that for me. Why all women make money a requirement nowadays? Because I know what I think you mean, but I don't want to like tell you what you mean. So tell me what you mean. You said it's like money is love nowadays. Interesting. I agree. I agree. I agree with that. And I know people say this to cop out and they think this gonna be the answer, but a lot of people are on social media and letting social media run our lives. We're all affected by social media in some way, some form. So it's that toxic media that's making young girls think and prioritize things that they shouldn't even be thinking about. Like things a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, 18-year-old little girl shouldn't even be watching or aspiring to be is right there in their faces every day when they log on to social media. So they're craving these things because we all want love, right? Nobody realized that we all really genuinely want love. But I tweeted earlier, actually, the problem is people are loving material possessions but using people when it should be the opposite way around. We should be using material possessions and loving each other. So it's this thing where everybody's in competition when we on social media, it looks like. So they're using money to buy women. It's like women are for sale, like the highest bidder, the highest bidder. Oh, they did this for so and so birthday, so let me go harder and let me post this. So it's like a competition, and everybody want praise. Everybody want to put themselves higher than God and before God, and losing who they truly are to the core, to the point that it's a false narrative and a bad influence in the world where everybody and every young man feel pressured to have money because they feel like in order to win a woman's love, you basically got to buy her, when it shouldn't be that way. So I hope that answered your question, Dylan. Hey, Sanai. Thank you for tuning in. Now, you got any questions today? Dylan, did that answer your question? Do you have any other questions from what I said right there? Thank you for participating as well. That was a really good question, Dylan. It was definitely relevant for our generation. I could keep talking about that. Oh my God. But I would say my advice to you, just as a young man, because honestly I have a soft spot for just men in general, and especially in our generation, because men are expected to be the providers. You can't just be soft on a man. Like, as a man, you are expected to be a provider, but you should never feel like you have to buy someone's love. When you feel like you're having to win women over by being flashy, flossy, or just constantly giving, that may not be love. That's just you seeking approval. So you may be looking at a woman that's not even like a woman that you need to be dating, or a woman that you have to look at a woman and think, do she see the potential in you? Because they always say don't date potential, but we're all potential. So we can't say that. Like, everybody have potential to be better. I can work out more, but sometimes I go without working out. I walk my dog every day, but I can actually work out. I have the time to work out, but I don't work out. So I'm potential. So I can't look at somebody else and be like, oh, he's broke right now, or he's doing that. Yes, as a 25-year-old man, certain things you should come with, but you don't have to be a millionaire at 25, 26 years old. So if someone is putting that pressure on you, that's unnecessary stress, and you need to find someone else or some other type of woman to date. You said not okay. Question. Since you stated social media has a big impact on our generation, what tips can you give on not letting it influence you? Oh, that's a really good question, actually. So since you stated that social media has a big impact on our generation, what tips can you give on not letting it influence you? So, my biggest, and the thing I'm going to always say as far as not letting social media influence you, is knowing whose you are and knowing who you are. So, stay grounded in whatever belief system you have. That's why it's so important to believe something, because if we don't believe in anything or anything higher, we can always be pulled in the wrong direction with no core values to come back to our center. So I say put God first and keep God first. Also, it's good to fast. So Lenten season is right around the corner. If you feel like social media influence you in negative ways, if you feel like certain people that are on social media help you in certain ways, maybe you can find ways to contact those people outside of social media and take you a fast, take you a break. It's okay to disconnect from that toxicity sometimes. Personally, I don't just sit around and look at the news, because I feel like the news is just negative energy, negative vibe. It's like you need to know what's going on in the world, But it's like on social media, I can kind of control what I do look at, who I do follow. If you go on my social media platforms, and it's been this way ever since I ever created my social media, you will notice that I don't follow people that are called quote unquote influencers unless I know them personally. They follow me back and we kind of connect in some way or on some level. But I don't follow people that I feel like aren't living the way that I would want to live or on the same path or believe what I believe or don't possibly have the same core values because it comes with discernment. We don't know these people personally, but just based off the energy that they put out in the world on the internet, you can kind of determine this isn't that good of an influence, or I don't want to push this person's agenda, so they're not worth the follow. Even though you may look at their page every now and then, but you don't need them on your timeline, you don't need them on your feed. So you should really control what you're following and who you're following, not only in real life, but also on social media. Everybody don't deserve a follow. Even if you listen to their music every now and then, or you like them on TV, that doesn't mean that they deserve your follow, because seeing their lifestyle and what they do on a day-to-day basis may affect you in ways that you don't know or that you may feel like you do know, but you're just feeding yourself that every day. So be aware of who you're following and what you're following on social media as well. Certain people, like with the little podcast and everything going around, I don't give it a view because I don't want to add to their algorithm. So if it's something that's negative, or I know this person is said to not like women or not to like people of my kind, I don't give it a view. I'm not interested in somebody saying, oh, they're changing their mind, because in my mind and in my head, oh, they must be losing those followers. So now they're trying to gain them back. And if you said something and you had time to think about it and put it out there, I'm not going to give you my view. I'm not going to give you my energy, even though it's one view. I'm not going to add to the algorithm in any kind of way. Okay. Dylan said, I'm a provider. As a man, you should be. I'm here. I support that. I support that. And if you know you're a provider and you're doing everything you can in your ability to be the best you can be, Dylan, you shouldn't be worrying about, like money or somebody pressuring you about money, because if you follow your passion and your purpose, the money will come. You shouldn't chase the money. Now, Nana, I'm learning not how to let it affect my mental health or how I view my life. Exactly. And you're not, and don't think you're alone with that. Whether we admit it or not, every single person on this earth, if we have a social media account, when we get on the internet, it affects us in some way, some form, some fashion. Yes, some of us are strong-minded and we can manipulate our minds to not believe things and not to think things, but it affects us all in some way. That's why it's social media. That's why they feed it to us, and it's like a drug. Everybody wake up and they jump on social media. That's the first thing we do every day, all the time. So it definitely affects you. And if you feel like you need that break, or like I said, fast from it. And then when you fast, not only should you fast, but you should also pray. Any negative energy you feel in yourself, pray that stuff off of you and rebuke it, because you don't want those vibes on taking over your life. And there's power in prayer, so you really have to remember that, and don't make yourself do things that you don't want to do. If you feel like you shouldn't be on there right now, or you're better without it, delete the account. Like, you don't have to be on there. It's good to stay in the loop, so once you feel like your mental is safe and you're in a place where you can see things and not internalize it, then you can just gradually get back on there. But follow stuff that inspire you. Follow people who vision and their spirit aligns with yours. Okay, so don't go following people just because they have a million followers doesn't mean that they are a great influence. And we see that today in the media, especially with how we view ourselves, young girls, the people that they're looking up to as role models, making them make decisions that can be life changing and that could end their lives. So it's very important to keep your mental in good health, and just reach out to people who inspire you or that can give you good advice. And don't be afraid. Somebody that you can trust and confide in that won't tell your business to other people. Keep those people close and just, stay on top of it. Now, said, yeah, Dylan, you can't follow everybody. Like, I don't care what artist you like or who you look up to. Like, everybody isn't worth a follow. And sometimes you have to check who you look up to. Like, why do you look up to this person? Because I notice a lot of young guys, we mentioned money earlier, they only look up to certain rappers and influencers because of money. Men care about money more than they care about women sometimes. A man without money is an angry man. Like, men care about money. So stop letting your influences be money and then say, well, why women always want money? Well, why do you care about money so much? Like, why do you feel like you're nothing or you're worthless without money? That's a good question. When you write in the book, you know what? I was definitely thinking about writing a book earlier today. Because everybody, especially my sister's friends, I know they be like, your sister is like an older brother instead of like an older sister. Like, most people have that cool big sister and think, oh, it's so cute. And, oh, that's so lovey dovey, this, that, that. And I'm like, nah, what he talking? I was like, I could really write a book for younger girls, high school girls, from my perspective, just answering, just anything. I just figured out how to comment. I was on YouTube from the internet. Hey, Shady. Why do you do that? She always accessing the internet, like everything from the internet instead of the app. Girl, we are 26, not 56. Nana said right. That's a really good question though, Nana. Not only should you fast though, give yourself, that's a good thing Apple came out with those restrictions where you give yourself a certain time limit on social media. I'm trying to do better with it. Honestly, I'm on social media way more than I should be, but it's also because as an actress and just trying to get into this tech world with being a life coach and everything, I'm just trying to see stuff that people do. Like, I discovered this YouTube live. I'm trying to see stuff that people do, to push the good message out there, because I call myself a one percenter. I'm one of those people. I'm not talking about what everybody else talking about. I'm not doing what everybody else doing. So it's going to be harder for me to gain an audience, because don't nobody want to hear all this good stuff and, making yourself better and, oh, this and that. Like, girl, by people want to laugh. People want, because I'm on TikTok laughing at stuff. People want to be entertained. That's why you see certain people go viral and they are the influencers, because they do what the work of the devil. They doing what everybody want them to do and what everybody think they should be doing instead of what they're called to do. So Daisha said I was on the internet too trying to find where the comments you was reading. Hey, Day Day. Not Day. You should have known Daisha was gonna be on the internet. This girl, she don't have no social media. So I don't know how she be living her life. She all on the internet instead of the YouTube app. I've been live for about 23 minutes, y'all. That was a good start, though. I think I like YouTube Live. Believe it or not, I'm big on less is more, because if I was on Instagram and people were sending this to their friends, you'll probably get fake pages and trolls and just all type of negative energy. So I like this. I like when y'all have questions, because as y'all can see, I just be talking and going on and on. Now, I feel like, did I answer your question, or did you have another question with it? Because that was a really good question, and I can go on different avenues instead of just social media, just influencers in general. You started at social media, big impact on our generation, not letting it influence you. Dylan said, "I'm a provider. Do not play with him, okay?" Thank you, Nana. So, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in today. I'm going to cut the live short. We've been on here about 25 minutes. And wait, I'm not gonna cut it short. How do you feel about living with your partner before marriage? Okay, living with your partner before marriage. I would say how I feel about it. I definitely would encourage young girls to not do that if they can. I don't believe in shacking up. However, it's only shacking up if you're living with your partner before marriage and you are also engaging in other activities. That's when it's considered shacking up. So if you feel like this person is someone you could spend a lifetime with, and that, let's put it like this, if you can afford your own place and he can afford his own place, or you have your own place and he has his own place, and you all see a lifetime together with each other, I see nothing wrong with you all coming together and living together before marriage. However, which I see a lot, if you are a girl that has an apartment, a condo, a home, and you're dealing with possibly a dude that doesn't have good credit, or he's in the streets so he doesn't have like stable income, or he just possibly at home with his parents. In other words, he needs somewhere to stay, and he in a relationship with you and he start moving in slowly, or y'all agree for him to move in. I don't really agree with that. I feel like, as I stated before, because men are supposed to be providers, I think that the man should have his own place before y'all consider living in the house together. And I do, not only because I I am a woman. I feel like I give women less of a responsibility when it comes to that. I see nothing wrong with a girl wanting to stay with her parents until marriage, or until she finds someone that she feels like is her husband, and then they live together. But if it's the opposite way around, that's a no for me. I don't think you should be moving in with a man that needs a roommate. If he's trying to split bills, or saying, oh, he's going to take care of rent and you take care of all the bills, like he's trying to, if he's forcing like money situations before y'all move in together, I think those are red flags that you should kind of side eye and really see what he's on. In other words, if a man looking for a roommate or just somebody he can live under, don't do that. What are your most recent books read? What did you learn or gain from it? So my most recent books read is from my favorite life coach, which is Tony, and it was 2 books I read within, like, 2 weeks. It was How to Make It Work, Making It Work, How to Make It Work, and A Woman's Influence, and I gained a lot of knowledge from it. Honestly, things that I read in there was just things that I witnessed anyway, because I come from a two-parent household. My parents are married, so it basically just tell you how relationships are constant work. It's not something that you can just decide you're gonna take a break from. It's a full-time job. So people, we look, that's another thing. Social media make us think that love is this fantasy, and it's just, oh, he's picking you up in the air like on the magazines and kissing you and your hair is flowing and y'all are on vacation. It's like, no, that's not what a marriage is. In order to make a marriage work, you have to work for it every single day. You have two completely different people coming together as one, trying to live under the same roof. So y'all gotta work. They gonna annoy you. You ain't gonna like them sometimes. Y'all gotta make it work, because it's like two different personalities clashing in a sense. I was thinking about this the other day, because when we grow up, we eat certain foods, we grocery shop a certain way, our parents cook a certain way. You don't know how this other person's parent used to cook, or what they bought from the grocery store, or what they like or don't like. When you really think about the complexities of a person, and then having two completely background different individuals come together, it's like, wow, that is a lot of work. It is a full-time job. So that's why it's important to not only make sure that you love the person that you get in a relationship with, but you actually like that person, because y'all gonna have moments where y'all feel like giving up. But if the love and the like isn't there, you may give up and you may not fight for it, which ultimately every relationship requires you to have to fight for it. And I'm not promoting or saying that somebody should cheat on you. I'm saying that like small things, some people will get irritated if you leave the toilet seat up and be like I just can't deal with this person. We all have pet peeves, so if that love and like isn't there, it is not going to work. And in order to make it work, both individuals have to work at it constantly. So that's what I learned. Both individuals has to constantly work in order to make your relationship work. So yeah, those are the two most recent books I read, and I'm really looking forward to reading Will Smith's book. I think it's just called Will. I've been saying this for months, but I haven't bought the book yet. I haven't read a book this year yet. Which, I mean, it is the beginning of the year, but January is gone, and I could have read his book in like a week or two if I just spread it out. So yeah, that's the next book I'm looking to read. I like Will Smith's story, and I think he's very vulnerable. So I want to read his book and see what he's talking about. Shady, did I answer the question? I felt like I was just rambling about the marriage. I have so many opinions on that because I have so many friends. Like I have at least two friends that was just asking me like my opinion on them moving with their boyfriend. So I don't like giving my opinion when people ask me that stuff, especially when you single. People think you hate it, but I do have an opinion about it. Nothing is wrong with it if both individuals can be independent, especially the men. I cannot believe y'all were on the internet. I could go get the two books that I read, but they upstairs, so I can show them to you. Oh, Shady said the live was pausing. Well, thank y'all for tuning in. I will be going live more, and I tried to text it to people. I think people joined at first when Dylan joined and said he saw me in the dark trying to type and figure it out. But I really enjoyed this, y'all. When I get a little more activity, I think this is going to be a good idea. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'll be back because I be talking. Peace.